Hey guys, what's good? So we have some back and forth between Deontay Wilder and Andy Ruiz, and I gotta say I'm siding with Wilder more on this from this interview I just seen, um, and just throughout their career how consistent each of the fighters have been, which Wilder has been way more consistent with his performances. Andy Ruiz hasn't. So it's hard to kind of side with him on this kind of stuff. So I'll leave the link in the description below. It's an interview. It's actually really entertaining and funny as well, which it's good promotion for the fight as well. Um, but I think it's I don't think it's to build the fight. I think it actually is legit um, negotiations that pretty much fell through at this point. Um, so the WBC mandated it, um, and it's like an eliminator, I guess, to for the winner to face, I guess, Tyson Fury, and the negotiations pretty much failed, so it's not going to happen. So it really don't matter if WBC orders it or not. If the teams don't come together, it just don't happen. That's just boxing. So what I'm going to talk more about the interview that just happened. So it's Andy Ruiz. He's like kind of talking shit. They both kind of were. But I think he called Wilder a pussy too, which I don't agree. He shouldn't have done that, but he's trying to sell the fight, I guess. Yeah. So he was saying how Deontay Wilder's team didn't offer him enough money, and he thinks Deontay Wilder is ducking him, which is definitely not the case. Deontay Wilder don't duck nobody. Why would he duck you? Like, that makes no sense at all. But anyway, so he was saying Wilder don't want to fight. He's ducking. I'll fight for 10 mil. That's fine. It's like, why are they gonna pay you 10 mil? Like, tell me why you deserve 10 mil. Like, that makes no sense at all. Like, reportedly, apparently Wilder's team offered him 1 mil around there, apparently. Like, the number exactly wasn't given out, but apparently, so Ruiz made $1 million against Ortiz, and he's saying that Wilder's team is trying to offer him around the same. So I assume it would probably be a little bit more than 1 million. He's just saying it's around the same. I assume it's probably like 1.5, 2 mil, because he didn't say the exact number. He just said they're trying to pay me the same. He's like, that's not how it works in boxing. You're climbing up the ladder. You're supposed to get paid more. Which, technically, he is right. He should get paid more for the fight. For this fight than the Ortiz fight. Ortiz only got paid $500,000 in that fight. And in my opinion, Ortiz, he has way more skills than Ruiz, in my opinion. But, like, I can understand, like, you want to get paid more. You got, like, 2 mil, 3 mil. I think that's fair. I think just because Ruiz has that Mexican fan base and he can sell, right? That one lone Joshua win really just still stuck with him today. Even though he hasn't been consistent other than that fight, he's been not impressive at all, really. But he does deserve money alone just on he's got that Mexican fan base, and he's still a prominent name, and he definitely should get paid more than the Ortiz fight. So I do agree he should get paid more. I'm gonna say he should get paid 2 to 3 mil. Like, that's my like, there's no reason he should get paid more than 3 mil, in my opinion. Like, this guy is just hasn't been that consistent. When you look at his his resume, Andy Ruiz, he had that big upset win over Joshua back in 2019, and that fight was give and take. Joshua dropped him first, and then he dropped Joshua twice, and then the ref stopped it. So it's not like he was completely dominating that fight, but as the fight went on, he started getting the better and better of Joshua. But okay, that was a huge upset win, but what did he do in the rematch? He came in 20 pounds overweight. He already is overweight, to be honest. I know his body type, he's not the most athletically ripped body type. That's fine. You don't have to be. But when you're already kind of pudgy at 260 something, and then you're coming in at 285 for the rematch, like, that's just, what are you doing? Like, that's unprofessional. And it's not like Joshua didn't even do good in that fight. He won the fight, but he did terrible too. The fight was just terrible. But Ruiz, what were you doing? So you had that fight. The Chris Arreola fight, I give him credit. He did get his weight down. But I don't know. He didn't look that great in that fight. He got dropped in that fight. And to me, Arreola got robbed by the judges in these scorecards. Yes, the fight, it was a close fight. I remember I was favoring Arreola for a lot of the fight, and then I think Andy was coming on late. I remember in that fight, but that fight was closer than what the judges said. I wouldn't even give it a problem if you gave it to Arreola that fight. What I remember, I thought it was a very close fight. And the judges just robbed Arreola, 117, 110, 118, 109, 118 to 109. So they really just want to get Ruiz back up to the cash cow status. They want to raise his stock artificially with that win. So this is what I'm trying to say, guys, though, is the guy had one good win against Joshua, and look what he's done since, right? He came in at 285 for the rematch. He looked terrible. Against a Joshua that wasn't even good. And then you come in with the Chris Arreola fight. You did make an attempt to get your weight down, but he didn't do good at all in that fight. He got dropped pretty hard by Arreola. And Arreola that was already past his prime. And they gift you that win with the wide scorecards. And then you fight Ortiz. Ortiz fight is another very close fight. And they give it to you, though, obviously, because Ortiz is like 50 years old. They don't want to give him the win at this point, right? Because, like, who's gonna make more money in the long run? It's Ruiz, right? So they're gonna give the A side, Ruiz, the benefit of the doubt. That was a close fight. Ortiz was doing good, but he got dropped twice, and that definitely affected the outcome of the decision. Because if Ortiz did not get knocked down, he would have easily won that fight. He was doing great boxing, landing good hard shots on Ruiz, sorry. And it's just he's old. He's old. He's had the wars. Since he's probably like back in Cuba since 10 years old, this guy's been fighting. Now he's like 50. He had the fights with Deontay Wilder. Like, those take a lot out of you. I wouldn't say I guess he's kind of chinny, but it's heavyweight division. But I would say, yeah, he is. It seems like when Ortiz goes down a couple times, it takes a little out of him for sure. But yeah, I think if he didn't get knocked down, he would have won that fight. So, and then you go to Deontay Wilder, and like Deontay Wilder's been so consistent. Like if you go to his box rec here, we'll just pull it up. Like, look how consistent he's been. Okay, he fought Chris Arreola back in 2016, knockout. Artur Szpilka, Amazing knockout. Highlight reel. Knockout of the year, I think, wasn't it? Eric Molina, Berman Stavern was the first back in 2015. That was the only fight that went the distance. He rematched him, and he just got him out there in round one. Like Malik Scott, Gerald Washington, Luis Ortiz, knockout. Luis Ortiz, another knockout. Dominic Brazil, another knockout, round one. Tyson Fury, split decision, almost killed him in round 12. Like, even though Tyson Fury got the better of him in those 3 fights, he was still in the fight competitive. Like, obviously, Tyson Fury's the highest skilled boxer in the division. He's the better boxer. But what I'm trying to say is Robert Helenius, round 1 knockout. Like, Deontay Wilder has been consistent since the beginning. He's in shape. Takes it seriously. And then you got the other guy. He's pudgy. Like I'm saying, I'm not making fun of his weight. Some guys just have that body type. But what really kind of pissed me off is like you come in the Joshua second fight and you look like that. Like that just shows you what you're in the sport for. You're in it for the bag. That's what it shows. And I know a lot of fighters that maybe they are just in it for the bag. They're just in it for the money. But you got to actually put in the work, right? Like you could say Floyd Mayweather was just about the money after like a certain amount of time. After he beat De La Hoya, he just wanted the money. He wanted the easier fights. But at least the guy is putting in the work in the gym. His body, he's shredded up. He's working out hard. So it's one thing to not say you don't have the passion for the sport. You're just in it for the money. That's fine, but you still got to put in the work. And that's why when I was seeing this interview with Andy Ruiz, and he's talking like he's like, oh yeah, just give me 10 mil. It was like, just give me a shot. These guys, and then he's saying like these guys just don't want to fight me because I'm a threat. It's like, just give me the opportunity. Just give me. It's like that kind of contradicts what you just said. If you're saying just give me the opportunity and then you want 10 mil, you just kind of like, no, that's not how it works. If you want the opportunity, you take that 1 mil from Wilder. Even though I think it is more than 1 mil, he's just saying it was around the Ortiz payday, but I think it was more. I think Wilder offered him. I could be wrong, guys. If you know the exact number, let me know. But I couldn't find a number. It's just Ortiz. Ruiz. I always get them mixed up. Luis Ortiz and Ruiz. But yeah, so Andy Ruiz said that he was offered around the same that he got for Ortiz. So that's open to interpretation then. Like, what does around mean? Does that mean he got offered 3 mil? 2 mil is around it, right? Like, we don't know. Unless you guys can find that exact number for me. Let's just, for this video, for the sake of the video, let's just say Wilder offered him 1 mil. Okay, so you're talking shit and you're saying just give me the opportunity. These guys, they think I'm a threat. They don't want to give me opportunity. He's giving you $1 million. Just take it then if you think you're going to beat him, right? But I doubt they're giving him 1 mil. I think that, like, when it comes to business, I doubt they're giving him 1 mil. They're got to be at least giving him a little bit more than that, even if it was like 1.5 mil. I guarantee they're probably giving him like a more than the Ortiz fight. They just have to, because business-wise, this fight's going to sell more pay-per-views. If it is pay-per-view, it should be. It's going to be, like, there's going to be way more viewership. And he brings that Mexican fan base and Wilder's fan base as well, coming together. So it is reasonable that Wilder's team would give him more than Ruiz's last fight. That's just a given. And I do agree. If they do offer him 1 mil, and that's what he made for the Ortiz fight, I do think, yeah, you should ask for more. You should get, in my opinion, if I were Ruiz, I would ask for 2 to 3 mil. But if they said no to that, we'll give you 1.5, I would take it. Because like you said, you just want the opportunity. That's what you're saying. If you just want the opportunity, that's what you got to do. Like, you got to beat the man then. Because, like, we've seen you. And the problem with this is when he's saying he just wants the opportunity, and you want 10 mil, though. You're asking for 10 mil. Like, that's just crazy. Like, only Fury, Joshua, and Wilder make 10 mil. Like, you're not making 10 mil. And he could have a better argument for this if, like, he was more consistent. But you're not. We gave you the opportunity versus Joshua in the first fight. And what did you do? What did you do? Right? You got the win, right? You got the win in the first fight because you took that chance. And they probably... I don't know what his payday was for that fight, but it was decent because he's facing Joshua, right? But, like, the second fight came around, and this is what I'm talking about. Look what you did. You came in 30 pounds overweight, and you look like a slob. Like, no, that's not how it works. Now you want just the opportunity again. But no, not only do you want the opportunity again, just give me a chance, guys. I want 10 mil as well. Like, no, that's not how boxing works. Like, and he's trying to say, no, you climb up the ladder, you're supposed to make more. That's how boxing works. I could turn around and say what I just said to you, Andy Ruiz. So, and, like, I got nothing against Andy Ruiz. He's an explosive fighter, very fast hand speed for the way he looks. Very fast upper body movements. You know what I mean? Like, surprising speed for him. Got nothing against him, but it's just very contradicting that you say, just give me 10 mil and I'll fight Wilder. Like, come on. Like, how many people off the street would fight Wilder for a mil? I bet you I could go on the street right now, ask 10 people, and they'd all fight him for $1 million. They get knocked out in round one, just like all of the professional fighters that Wilder faces. So really, they do just as good, right? Like, if I step in the ring with Wilder, I get knocked out in round one. At least I'm matching Dominic Brazil. I'm matching what's his name? The Swedish Nightmare. Like, what's his name? I'm matching Berman Stavern. But I'm getting paid $1 million. Like, I'll go in, I'll get paid $1 million, get knocked out round one. But no. Ruiz, for some reason, he's getting greedy, and he wants 10 mil. But he just wants a shot. Like, come on now. To me, he is sounding like he's more... He just wants to... Like, you see his lifestyle, right? Like, I don't know. I don't follow him exactly, but when I see the way he dresses, he has got the thick chains on, the lavish life. He looks like he's living a lavish lifestyle, if I'm not mistaken, from what I've seen. Like I said, I don't know everything about the guy. He could be a great guy. Like, I don't know. But I'm just saying, he's coming off, he's giving me the impression that he just wants the money. And... Like I said, nothing's wrong with that, but you got to put in the work, man. And sure, maybe you're putting in the work now, but previously you've been known to not put in the work. So that's why we don't want to give you 10 mil. That's why we don't. And yeah, like, so he was saying, he was going on calling Wilder a pussy. I think he said at the end of the video. I didn't agree with that. Like, you don't have to go there. Like, I don't think that's a good look for him, trash talking to Wilder. But other than that, usually he's more humble, so I don't know why he was talking shit there. But and then he was just saying how he was ducking him, Wilder's ducking him, offering that. Like, but then it's funny because Wilder responded to it. And like I said, I'll leave the link in the description below of the interview. And Wilder's like, just sign the paper, man. Just sign the paper so we can get this done. And we can get that knockout. And he's like, I don't know what you're doing, sending me all these videos, but this has got to stop. I don't want to know more. Let's just take action. Let's make the fight happen. And you can get that ass beating. And then he was saying, like, look at you. You just on the treadmill. It's like, you need to do a little more than that. Look at me. I'm eating gourmet dinner. And and Wilder's looking great. Looking very trim probably the lightest he's ever been. He's looking like real skinny, but still like super quick and powerful. So I'll go into that in another video, how Wilder's body has looked compared to his last fights. He's really slimming down, which I think is smart. But yeah, I'll talk about that in another video. Yeah, but he's like, Wilder is just telling him, just sign the paper. Stop sending me these videos. I don't want them no more. Just sign. The quicker you can sign it, the quicker we can get that knockout. And he says, I seen your videos. They look glitchy as fuck. Like you're editing them heavily. And his nephew, I think, yeah, Wilder's nephew was in the video. And he's like, do you want to see me fight him? He's like, yeah. He's like, do you want to see me give Ruiz an ass beating? He's like, but yeah, like I said, I have nothing against Ruiz. He seemed like usually he was more quiet, more humble, but I guess he could be just doing it as a promotional thing, trying to sell the fight. But when it comes down to if he's trash talking, maybe it's just a part. He just wants to sell the fight. That's fine. I got nothing against the guy. Nothing against Wilder. They both aren't scared of anybody. But for Ruiz to ask for 10 mil, that's just absurd to me. Like, if you beat Wilder in the first fight, then we can talk about giving you 10 mil. Then we can. But until then, why would we give you this kind of money when you haven't looked that great lately and you haven't taken it seriously in the past? And not only that, like, the only thing you're really bringing to the table, to be honest, is that Mexican fan base, which is big, but you got to bring in the performances, and you just haven't been performing. Yeah, sure, you got wins against Areola, you got wins against what's his name, Ortiz, which is a big win. Ortiz is a big win, but the guy is pretty much way past his prime, and you were going to lose that fight if you didn't knock him down twice. So let's be honest here. He has been doing better, Ruiz. He is putting in the work. He has lost weight, but you got to work your way back up. And if you want that 10 mil paycheck, you got to accept this deal. That's all I got to say. If I'm Ruiz, I'm accepting this deal. Obviously, I'm pushing for a 2 mil, 3 mil, which I think is fair. He should make multi-mil. 1 mil is definitely not enough. If you made that against Ortiz, that's not enough. Wilder's team should offer him more than that. But to be going above 3 mil is just not smart. Why would we want to give you that? That just doesn't make sense to me. So anyway, guys, check out the interview. It's super funny. Wilder is super funny about it. So yeah, let's get this fight. Let's make this fight happen. Ruiz does have a chance in winning. And if he believes in himself, he should take this fight. Don't just do it for the money. But in the sense, if you take this now and you beat Wilder, you are doing it for the money. You are going to get, that is going to increase your paydays. So, there's more benefits to taking this fight. For that price. Even 1 mil, so. Yeah, I think he should just settle and take the fight. Sign the paper. And, like I said, he does have a chance. It's heavyweight division. He's very quick. He could land something on Wilder. You never know. But you can't count out Wilder, though, at all. You can't bet against him, really. Unless it's Fury, you can't bet against him. My money's on Wilder. And I think Andy is durable, but I'm going to give him a couple more rounds. I'm going to give him more than round 1. I think Andy Ruiz will escape the first round, but he will get knocked out before the 6th round. That's my prediction. And yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think about this topic. Does he deserve $10 million? He deserves 2 to 3, I agree. But he's got to work his way back up. Like you said, climb up the ladder. And climbing up the ladder in boxing means you have to take the pay cut sometimes. Especially since you had the opportunity before and you squandered it. So, yeah, guys, this is Triple J Boxing. Thanks for watching. And make sure you like the video if you like what I'm talking about. So, take care, guys.